Welcome back to part 2 of our Italian road trip. So if you have ever seen Quantum of Solace, up there, it's the bells. This is the square where the opening of that film was all shot. And they were racing horses round it because apparently that's what they do. They race horses around the square when they're not serving tourists. Oi! When they're not serving tourists overpriced food. So this is one of those walk round the corner and you go, oh my flipping god moments. I just have to wait for the car to go because I've walked back because it was so impressive. So we walked up the hill, just a kind of regular square, and then we got around the corner and it was one of those, my goodness, look at that moments. That really is pretty impressive. That's I don't know, a church of some sort, but wow. It really is properly impressive. Let's be honest, the other side of the square is no less impressive. The Italians really do old shit really well. So whilst we're looking at that, we've then walked round the next side and it just gets bigger and stripier and bigger, and you have to say, as impressive goes, that is impressive. Probably took more than a couple of weeks to build, I reckon. There's more. It's just the building that keeps on giving. It goes round here, and there was probably loads more of it. Looks like it was either bombed or fallen down, and now it's a car park. It's huge. Gosh, that was loud. So we'd spent the evening in and around exploring Siena. Absolutely beautiful town. If you have the opportunity, I highly recommend you check it out. It's just fabulous. But most importantly, some of the restaurants are quite amazing too. We ate in a marvellous restaurant, recommended by the hotel we were staying at because their restaurant was closed that night. Round the back of the town hall, certainly not on the thoroughfare. It was amazing, absolutely stunning. The place was absolutely rammed. We got there as they opened at 7 p.m. on the dot, and it's a good job we did because by 7:30 they were turning people away. Their terrace was full. They had 2 dining rooms, they were full. You know, this is the place that the locals go to eat. It was absolutely amazing. The end of the night, it's time to go home. Down the escalators. I mean, come on, who builds a city and puts escalators in? How cool is that? And they're working. The end with the artwork.
Opposite the hotel.
opposite the hotel, and this is a really cool thing. It is literally, this escalator's like built for us. Out we go, and there's the hotel just there. Smoke bloke down there is a Carabinieri boss. The geezer with the hat that you can't see is another one. There's a press photographer. There's dibble everywhere. There's police who look scruffy. Carabinieri who don't. There's policemen scruffy. And there's clearly something going on. And it's this geezer here. Whoever he is. Because everyone's been doing selfies with him and there's people in there. So this is probably a very famous Italian geezer. And famous enough to have a whole load of dibble looking after him. No idea what's going on. We're going for a walk.
But then in the afternoon, the sun came out and we hopped on a bus from outside the hotel and went to visit the famous tower. Luckily, the weather stayed nice for the rest of the evening.
The Leaning Tower of Pisa, which is attached to a church which looks like every other church that was built around that time, from Milan to Monza to everywhere we've been. They all look the same, this sort of squarey front. We're going to have a look at the tower. It is a very cool tower. I mean, come on, the tower's made out of marble. It's going to be cool no matter what, isn't it? And we've learnt that it's actually the bell tower of the cathedral.
And it's built on cheese.
And this is like a monk house or something, but not Bob.
It's built on spaghetti, and the mice ate the spaghetti only from one side.
That was Spaghetti Corner. See, it looks a lot more pissed now you're close. It's kind of how it should do. It's a tower that's fallen over, but it can't be used to ring bells because it will fall over if they ring them. And a church that's probably bigger than it needs to be. frescoes. Amazing picture, but very grim. And churches are all about death. It's a bit bizarre, isn't it? And on. And up. And above us. It's truly amazing. Beautiful artwork. And quite a nice person who's ignoring me as well. Here she comes. No idea what it is, but it's very cool. This is the little town that we're staying in. It's next to Porto Venere. Can't remember what it is. It starts with a V. It's only a little cove. It's tiny, you can't really go anywhere. It's cute. It's quite small, the super yacht. Kind of like a sneaking about tender of a super yacht rather than a super yacht. It's the one that follows the super yacht with the toys in. Oh, it's the Porto Venere rowing club. Someone needs to tell them their strokes need to be bigger.
I think it's a little warm-up.
You don't go very fast, moving it a millimetre at a time.
I think it's warm-up strokes.
We left Porto Venere the next day in torrential rain, heading for Genoa. Our plan was to stop off at Rapello on the coast for lunch, as the last time we visited in 21, the seafront was being rebuilt, so we felt we'd like to see it finished. By the time we reached Genoa, got parked and found the hotel, the rain had stopped and it had turned into a lovely afternoon. We spent the day exploring the city and found a huge food market near the port, so ended up the day heading back there for a meal of Argentinian steak. It's more for the vegetarians, it's a bit less piggy. It's barbecue paradise, isn't it? Not to like about that. And it just goes on. Can you tell me about Metal Spider?
The metal what?
Spider.
It's not a spider, it's a ham. Represents the hand of Genoa.
The next day we spent it exploring the marina before heading to the port for for our ferry to Barcelona. We need somebody to fix the problem here. We're looking at baby stinkboats because you don't buy a stinkboat for sailing, you buy it for going fast. So I think the one to have is this one because it looks like a macaroon and it's going to be fast.
It looks like a marshmallow and it's the wrong colour.
Helen thinks you should have the one at the far end, which just looks shit, and no one in their right mind would spend their own money on that. So basically we just need you to agree with me that the baby stinkboat to have is the one that looks like a marshmallow or a macaroon or whatever, because it's fast.
It's the wrong colour.
Don't care, it's fast.
You're right, it's a different colour.
Proper boat. It's got some serious mastage. More stinkboats. So, ignoring the one that looks like a marshmallow, because it is shit, but it was the best of the 4 little ones. We both agree that Jacko's Army is the boat to have of the ones that are here. It's not really a super yacht. It'd be a tender for a super yacht, this. But there aren't any super yachts here because they all belong to the Russians. And thanks to President Pushit, the Russians aren't allowed to sail their toys anywhere in Europe anymore. They get seized. So there you go. This is the best of the the stinkboats. Buongiorno. Grazie. Lined up on our ferry to just let that go past. That wasn't an aeroplane or Putin declaring war on Italy, it was thunder. It has been hammering it down this morning. At the moment we're lucky, it's either hammering down or sunny. Up behind me is the fantastic, I'm told, there, my bald head. That's our ferry. It takes 20 hours and we're going to Barcelona next. So see what we do. Absolutely tons of very cool camperbaits here. Most of them German. Makes sense. If you sort of, it's an easy drive down here from Germany. Saves yourself a ton of tolls in Italy and France. So if you're heading to Spain or Portugal or something like that from Germany or Austria, it's a really easy route. And this ferry is not expensive. It's something like €300 for the car, the camper van, the cabin, and everything. So when you add up the cost of the fuel, the tolls, there's about €20 in it, and it's a lot easier to go this way than to drive.
Go back a bit.
Maybe another garage.
Okay.
It's good because in the middle you exit before.
Fab.
I like this. Good
Okay,
plan.
back.
Grazie.
No problem. Go, no problem.
Stop.
So we go back again. This is all fun. I've never had so much fun getting onto a ferry before.
It's too windy.
Hear the wind. This is Barcelona. We've arrived an hour and a half early. We'll arrive an hour and a half early according to the ship. It's pretty cool, eh? And if I go down there all the way, the end of the ship,
Probably can't see. Port's down there. That's where we're heading.